Hello, Captains. This is the Doctor. Welcome to another Star Trek Online Starship review. Say hello to the Tholian Meshweaver Escort Tier 5 Starship upgraded to Tier 5-U. Get ready for the review in 3, 2, 1. Hello, Captains. This is your friendly Doctor Star Trek Online Starship reviewer. So today I'm going to be doing a Starship review, as you saw in the introduction. This is not a Tier 6 Starship. This is in fact a Tier 5 Starship, but it is upgradable to Tier 5-U. This ship I have been waiting to do for a long time. It hasn't been an extremely high priority because there have been other ships that have come out since then that I decided to do a review on first, like more important Tier 6 ships. However, this is a fun ship. This is a ship that I've kind of been having fun with off screen, and I want to show it to you guys because it is an escort type ship, and it's of the Tholian race, which I think is one of the most fascinating creatures or alien species in Star Trek. And I think that their ships are very extremely interesting to me. They're very alien. I like the coloring on them, the texturing, I love their powers, it just seems really cool. I love the Tholian ships. So today I'm going to be doing the Tholian Meshweaver Escort. Now if you haven't heard of this ship, if you just started playing this game, you may not have heard of this ship. It came out in the beginning of this year, 2016. It came out between January and April of 2016 in the Mirror Incursion Lock Box. That's where you could find this ship. So it was a lockbox, and still is, a lockbox ship. Mirror Incursion Lock Box. In that Mirror Incursion Lock Box, there were some other ships that people were definitely after. For example, the Tholian Tarantula, which is the Dreadnought, the big one, the big ship that everybody wants. And believe you me, I want one. I do not have the Tholian Tarantula, but I do want the Tholian Tarantula. Another ship that was in that lockbox was the Paradox class time ship. I do have one of those, thankfully, but man, do I want that Tholian Dreadnought so bad. Anyway, I don't have the Tholian Dreadnought, but what I do have is the little tiny Tholian Meshweaver Escort ship that I'm going to show you today. So again, this was originally in the Mirror Incursion Lockbox. It can be had today in the Infinity Lockbox, and it can also be found on the exchange. So this ship can still be purchased today, and it's actually not that expensive simply because it's not a Tier 6 Starship, it is Tier 5, upgradable to Tier 5-U. But what I'm going to show you today is that even a Tier 5 Starship can do a lot of DPS, it can do a lot of damage, and really be useful, and you can play and use it at current in-game content with current SDFs, even the hardest ones. It doesn't tank the whole bunch of damage, but it does do a whole bunch of damage. So it is a very capable ship. That's what I'm going to start off with. So before we go look at everything, let's take a look at the specs on it. Again, you can get this in the as an Infinity Lockbox drop, like those choices, like if you get one of those ship choices, ship drops from an Infinity Lockbox, you can select, I guess, the one that is like the Mirror Incursion equivalent or whatever, and you'll be able to select the ship you want from it. That is what I think happens. Otherwise, you can also get it in the exchange. If you type Tholian Meshweaver, for example, there it is right there. As you can see, it is not very expensive. 3.5 million energy credits, so it's a very easy starship to get. Very stable, under 4 million energy credits, several there available to you. And again, it is upgradable to Tier 5-U, so if you go to the Z store, go to items, and get one of these ship upgrade tokens for 700 Zen, you can upgrade it to a Tier 5-U status. That gets you a higher hull strength, it gets you an extra console slot, it gets you the Starship Mastery. You have 4 Starship Masteries you can unlock. But you do not get a Starship trait with it, and because the ship is not a Z-Store ship, it does not have a unique console that comes with it. I just want to make a little break here. I'm going to switch over to a different character, and I'm going to show you how it is available in the Infinity Prize Pack. And so here we are, everybody. I just wanted to switch my characters real quick. This is my 23rd century Starfleet character that I'm working on, that whole faction. And I have been opening lock boxes on her so that I can get low buy and other stuff. But I had this drop, and I wanted to show you. This is an Infinity Prize Pack secondary ship, is what it will be called. And if you double click it, this is where it gives you an option to select those secondary ships. And as you can see, among them is the Tholian Meshweaver. So if you got an Infinity box and you opened one and you got the secondary ship thing, then that's where you'll have the option here. Tholian Meshweaver, Nihydran, Malon, APU, Kazon, Mirror Universe, Science Vessel, Mirror Universe ships, a whole bunch of Mirror Universe ships. But these are the main ones here you would want to look at, the Tholian Meshweaver or the Nihydran or Malon or APUs, or even the Kazon one. But it is upgradable to Tier 5-U, but I just wanted to show you where you can also get this in an Infinity Lockbox if you have those. Back when they had a whole bunch of Infinity Lockboxes dropping, I put a whole bunch in my inventory. I don't know if you guys did this, but I know I did. I went into my account bank here. Check this out. I have saved up a ton of Infinity Lockboxes so that I have plenty to open in the future as I need to, since they're not dropping anymore. But if you can't get it from the Infinity Lockbox, then you, of course, can get it from the exchange. All right, let me switch back. Okay, here I am back on my character who has the Tholian Meshweaver. And let's go to the exchange, actually, so we can look at the stats on this ship so you know what you're getting into. This ship is currently packed, blah, blah, blah. The Tier 5 Tholian Meshweaver Escort is among the most numerous ships within the Tholian fleet. The Meshweaver features a secondary focus on science and has a higher than average shield strength. So now, even though this ship does have that secondary focus on science, it says, and a higher than average shield strength, I'm going to tell you right now, the ship will not tank a lot. It has a very low hull strength, even upgraded to Tier 5-U. This ship is going to, this is the epitome of a glass cannon ship. It does a whole lot of damage, but it doesn't tank a whole lot of damage. So, you know, you have to understand what you're getting into with this ship. Also understand it is completely an escort. It is through and through an escort, and if you upgrade it to Tier 5-U, it's even more escorty because it has a more tactical consoles which can do more, give you more damage. This ship is extremely maneuverable, is extremely fun to play with, but just know that, you know, you're not going to be able to take a huge beating from like the Borg or something like that, which strip your shields down. Once your shields are down on this ship, you're not going to last long. So you want a lot of heals as well, if you can. But let's go over the specs here. The base hull strength is 27,000, shield modifier of 1, crew of 250, weapons 4-4, 3 aft, 2 device slots, 1 Lieutenant Commander Tactical, 1 Commander Tactical, 1 Lieutenant Engineering, 1 Lieutenant Commander Science. So this actually does have a higher Science Bridge Officer seating than most other escorts. This has a Lieutenant Commander Science. You don't normally see that. It's actually got a Lieutenant Commander Tactical and a Lieutenant Commander Science. But of course it does have a full Commander Tactical because it is an escort through and through. 4 Tactical console slots, 2 Engineering, 3 Science. So not very much on the engineering, but it does have 3 science consoles. So I guess if you really wanted to beef up your shields, for example, you could put 3 like max shield capacity things on this ship and max out the shield capacity as much as possible. That would probably be a smart idea if you want to stay alive. Base turn rate of 17 degrees per second. This thing turns on a dime. It is a real fun ship to play with. Impulse modifier of 0.21 and inertia of 70 plus 15 weapon power. Like I said, I have had this ship for quite a while and I have been meaning to do a review on it, and now that I have the ship, I am doing this review. And I have had a lot of fun with this ship. I really have. I've done all the things, all the events that have come up, Mirror Universe events, Crystalline Entity events, all the in-game STFs on this thing, and I can do them all with this ship. I really can. I don't have any problems as long as I, have a bunch of heals, which I actually do. I have a lot of abilities that are giving me, like, specialization abilities from the specialization things you can, get What I'm talking about here is, of course, specializations, intelligence, and pilot. I have like both of these maxed out. So through things like that, I have some extra shielding abilities and stuff like that, which really, really help on this ship. Like I said, this ship is upgradable to Tier 5-U. Now, Tier 5-U is going to give you the 4 masteries. So you're going to have 4 enhanced basically traits of the ship, and then you're going to get an extra console slot, and you're going to get a higher hull strength. You are not going to get any extra bridge officer seating. You're not going to get any specialized bridge officer seating. So there's no intelligence officer seating, there's no command, there's no pilot, there's nothing like that. You just have regular bridge officer seating on this ship. Regular old bridge officer seating. Also, again, it's not a Z-Store ship, so you do not have a unique console. There are no unique console powers or sets of gear associated with this ship. Also, it lacks... what else? I guess that's basically it. It just doesn't have any of those. Oh, a starship trait, I was going to say. Yeah, it doesn't have a starship trait because it's not a Tier 6 starship. But it is upgradable to Tier 5-U, and I've done that. Unfortunately, because I've already done the upgrade to Tier 5-U on this ship, I cannot show you what the actual, differences were between the hull strength then and the hull strength now, and all those things, how it compares, because I've already done that. But I will show you what my hull strength is in space, and it's going to be a lot higher than 27,000, because I have done some buffs and stuff to this ship to help it try to stay alive, at the same time still doing a lot of damage. But what I can show you is I can show you the masteries. These are the 4 masteries that this ship added. The first one is plus 5% accuracy. So right out the gate, we get just a little bit more accuracy on the ship. We also have a plus 5% defense, so a little bit more defense out of the ship. We also have an increased kinetic damage and all energy damage. This is important to doing more damage or more DPS. This is a straight flat out of the gate plus 10% all energy damage to everything. So that is immensely important to a ship like this, where you want to do a lot of damage before the enemy can do damage to you. And then the last mastery is a plus 2.5% critical chance, just a little bit higher critical chance to do some critical hits. So these are not massively awesome, masteries here. But I do like this third one that gives you the plus 10% all energy damage. That definitely helps doing more damage. And then this one here with the critical chance. So it is better than what it was before, I guess, because without it, you wouldn't have, without the Tier 5-U upgrade, you would have none of these masteries at all. But as you can see, Tholian Meshweaver Escort Tier 5-U. Let's look at the stations real quick. As you can see, no unique stations, like I said, no intelligence seating, no pilot seating, nothing like that. Just your regular standard bridge officer powers. You've got a full commander tactical slot here. I'm using Cannon Rapid Fire 3, Scatter Volley 2, Torpedo High Yield 2, TAC Team 1. For my Lieutenant Commander, I got Torpedo Spread 3, Attack Pattern Beta 1, and TAC Team 1. Now this is unique, it has a Lieutenant Commander Science. So I'm actually able to have a Lieutenant Commander Science ability. I've got this Destabilizing Resonance Beam. I believe this was a mission reward, so I trained an officer in this ability. But this is a really cool ability. We'll look at it in space because I don't think it's showing the actual damage numbers here. Science Team 2, Hazard Emitters 1, Engineering Team 2, and then Emergency Power to Weapons 1. So you can actually have some unique powers if you get some of those bridge officer abilities from like mission rewards, for example, like the Destabilizing Resonance Beam, that can be put on a character, or you can train up one of your characters with that ability. And because I have this Lieutenant Commander slot on this ship, which is very unique, I was able to use Destabilizing Resonance Beam Tier 2, so it's a higher form of that ability. Now, I'm not sure what mission that Destabilizing Resonance Beam is from. I think it's one of the newer ones. I would have to look through like everything here to figure out where I got it, but I'm sure people already know. Okay, I haven't done these, so it's not from that. Maybe it's an Iconian mission. I haven't even done Midnight. Maybe it's one of these up here.
The research teams in the Kiana system require your assistance. They have...
Well, I don't know where it's from, guys, but I'm sure...
Please report to the Kiana system. Our partnership with...
I'm sure somebody knows, and I'm sure somebody...
We have a lead on the Krinim. Voyager went to...
I'm sure somebody will fill in that information.
The Empire requires your assistance with a...
Wow.
Captain Tom Paris has requested your...
I'm almost like bound to find out now.
We know that attacks from the Iconian forces are imminent. Their gateway technology means that this...
Okay, I don't know what it's from, but somebody does. Somebody will put it in there, I'm sure. Or I'll find out, and then I'll make an annotation in the video to put it in there. But it is from a... It's got to be from a mission. Anyway, that's not the point here. That doesn't come with the ship. That's, of course, just based on your playthrough of the game and whatever you want to do there. My goal here is just to show you how the bridge officer is set up on this starship and what it supports. What else? Now, the actual gear setup that you put on the ship is obviously going to be up to you. This right here is what's important. This extra tactical console slot was not here with Tier 5-U, with the regular Tier 5 ship. I only had 1, 2, 3, 4. But by upgrading this to Tier 5-U, I gained an extra tactical console slot. So now I have 5 tactical console slots. That, my friends, is the way to do a lot of damage in this game. So as you can see, I'm using phaser energy type, and I have 3 of these maxed out with critical chance, and then 2 of them with critical severity, just to kind of balance it out to up my chance and my severity on this ship both. And I can use 5 of them. I mean, that's a lot right there. Plus 37.5% phaser damage 5 times. I mean, that's just amazing. Of course, I am using phaser energy weapons. I am using the Advanced Fleet and Dorian phaser weapons simply because that has what I've had on this character for forever. If you've ever seen this character, by the way, this is, I don't know, that should not be that. That should be... Not that, because I have now renamed him to, let's do the War Doctor. He is now the War Doctor. The field contains restricted words. Really? Really? Does it really? I already have a character by that name. Yeah, this character. I don't know what's going on. The name of this character should be the War Doctor. For some reason, it still thinks it's my old name. I'll have to go fix that. Anyway, this is the War Doctor. He is a tactical character, as you can see, level 60. So this is my character that I put basically all of my escorts on. This is my escort character. So I am using weapons that I've had for a very long time, but they're upgraded to like ultra rare. So they're one step away from epic. So it's like the best weapons I have on this character right now. So that is what I'm using, of course. I do have the full Iconian set. Set up to epic on here. If you want to do damage, you want the Iconian set for sure. But the other important thing that I have on this ship that a lot of people may look over is actually a mission reward set. If you go play the mission Sunrise under Future Proof, you will see this quantum phase set here. You've got a quantum phase torpedo, a quantum phase converter, a quantum phase beam, or the dual heavy cannons. You put all that together and you have this wonderful, wonderful set called the Quantum Phase Catalyst set. And this set goes hand in hand perfectly, absolutely perfectly, with phaser-based energy type. So as you can see, I've got the Quantum Phase Torpedo, which is part of the set, and then I got the Quantum Phase Dual Heavy Cannons, part of the set, and then I got the console, the Quantum Phase Converter. Now this converter just flat out the gate increases your phaser damage by plus 25%. So remember, I've got 5 consoles boosting phaser damage, right? Well, no, I've got 6 consoles boosting phaser damage because, holy crap, the Universal Quantum Phase Converter is also increasing my phaser damage by plus 25%. Holy jeez crap, monkey butt. Hello, kitty world. That's like 6 tactical consoles, my friend. That's like 6 tactical consoles. And that was only achievable, of course, by upgrading the ship to Tier 5-U. If I had not done that, it would only be like having 5 tactical consoles, but 6. It's like I've got 6 tactical consoles on this slot with this thing here. This also increases the auxiliary power setting, and that's important because I'm using a Nukara trait, which uses your auxiliary power to boost all damage. This also improves energy drain, shield drain, blah blah blah, hot restart stuff. But it's the set on this that is really good. So you have the set 2 bonus for this called Phase Transfer Optimizations. You get a whole lot more accuracy, plus 15%. So plus that 5% here, I've got like plus 20% accuracy added to my ship. This doubles the potency of the Quantum Phase Weapon Shield Drain, doubles the potency of the Quantum Phase High Yield Torpedo Shield Drain. This Quantum set itself has like a shield drain attached to it. So if you have 2 pieces of this, that shield drain is doubled. The potency of it is doubled. Then it creates this incredibly awesome quantum destabilizing beam. This is a phaser damage beam that you do to the enemy, and it is just incredible. Another shield stripping thing. All power systems are lowered to the foe and upped to you. This is just another incredible ability that my ship would not have normally had because it's not a Z-Store ship. So there's no unique console. So in a way, having this Quantum Catalyst set is like giving my ship, which did not have a unique console ability, it's like giving it a unique console ability just by using that set. So if you're going to fly phasers on your ship, if you're going with phaser energy, I guess you don't have to necessarily use pure phasers, but if you're using a phaser energy build where phaser energy is the energy type being buffed, then you want to get this Quantum Phased Catalyst set, because this one here alone, just adding more phaser damage plus 25% when it's Epic Mark 14, adding that to your overall phaser damage is just going to help even more. It's just another way to buff your damage. And it gives you that destabilizing beam, which is a whole different weapon in itself, which is pretty awesome. And it doubles the potency of the torpedoes and the heavy cannons, or the beams, damage to the shield draining damage. So just amazing abilities from that set. If you're going to fly phaser damage, you have to have the Quantum Phase Catalyst set. I cannot sell it hard enough. I think I've even tried to do this in another video, tried to sell this to you guys, but honestly, if you're using a phaser energy type, the Quantum Phase set, Catalyst set, is a must. If you don't have it, you're missing out. And again, that is from the mission Future Proof Sunrise. Get it all. Replay this mission 1,000,000 times and get all the pieces. It is worth it. Okay, let me now move on, because obviously that's not part of the ship. That's totally separate, but I am making it part of the ship because it really does help this ship a lot. Otherwise, I have 1 field generator to increase my shield capacity just a little bit. I also never leave home without the Science Temporal Disentanglement Suite on escorts. I love it. It does give me more aux power, which again will help to increase damage on my ship. It also has a plus 25% maximum shield capacity, similar to the field generator. So together, both of them are increasing my shield strength. And it also ups my critical chance and critical severity based on the auxiliary power. And that again is important because on this type of ship I want to do a whole bunch of damage. So as you can see, I've built this ship to do some damage, and that's what we're going to do today. Let's first look at customization, see if there's any way we can make this ship look unique. As you can see, there are no other templates. You just have Meshweaver. The interior, you do get a unique interior Tholian bridge, so we will look at that. Material, you only have the Tholian Type 1 material, or if you've ever upgraded a ship to Tier 5-U, like I have done this ship, you will get the upgrade skin. So that can make it look unique. A little different than other people, but the default skin is the Tholian Type 1. There are no other options. If you go to Advanced, absolutely no style options. You can add a pattern. That's going to be it. And there are no unique patterns for the ship. So pretty much you're very limited. You've got just one material to work with. Unless you've upgraded it, then you have two materials, and they're not that different. But I think the upgrade one looks pretty cool. But I'm going to go with the default skin today so we can see what the ship looks like natively. Yeah, so there's really nothing you can do on customization. The ship is going to look like it's going to look. It's a very tiny ship, too. Very tiny. Let's go to the bridge, because that's unique, and I like unique bridges. So we can go see what a Tholian bridge looks like. This should be exciting. Here we go. Very spacious. I imagine the Tholians, like, I guess they work in any dimension. Like, they would be Tholians here, there'd be Tholians crawling on the walls up here, there'd be Tholians on the ceiling, why not? I don't know, that's kind of my imagination. That does nothing. I thought that was like a chair. Oh yeah, raise console. Oh, there we go. So you stand inside of it, and this is like the main ship bridge. Oh, look at that. It lights everything up. You have a nice holographic display above you. That's cool. And I guess that's the window. Although it's kind of hard to see out of. It's not very clear, is it? So I guess the Tholians don't like real windows outside. I never liked that design on starships. You know, honestly, if I ever build a starship in real life, yeah, that's going to happen. If I ever get to design a starship in real life, big windows all around me. I like what they did with the JJ Enterprise in terms of the front window. Don't get me wrong, seeing the huge, bridge display on the Enterprise D was great in TNG. That was awesome for its time. But I like a real window. I don't want to look out a computer display. I would rather have a real window I'm looking out of, and a huge window, and then overlay all of the graphics on top of that window like the JJ Enterprise did. I think that technology is very realistic and coming to us probably in the next 20, 30 years or so. Easily we'll be having things overlaid on transparent displays. So that is a very real world technology that I see happening. But that's what I would like in my starship, big open windows. Anyway, let's come back to here. Let's see what I can access. Duty officers, these kind of pop up when you get near them. Duty officers. We have library files. Select a small craft and account bank. And there's nowhere else you can go. Very big, very spacious. I guess the Tholians like their very big, spacious rooms. Yeah, it's cool that we get a unique bridge. That's always welcomed. But I would love to explore other areas of the ship, if you know what I mean. Let's get out of here. And let's go into space and take a look at this thing, shall we? Oh, hello. I'm stuck. Let's go up to space, and we will take a look at all the specs. Now, remember, the base hull on this thing is 27,000. That's before upgrading it to Tier 5-U. Upgrading it to Tier 5-U will give you a higher hull strength. I forget the difference. I don't think it's a ton more, but it's something. Anyway, I am zoomed in quite a bit on the ship. This is maximum zoom right here. So if you're zoomed in this much, your ship will be, well, this close to you. One tick out or one scroll wheel down takes you to this view here. If I zoom all the way out, here's the all the way out zoom. You can barely see the thing. It's as small as like a shuttle. It is a tiny ship. So you're probably not going to be playing in a zoomed out view with this ship. You're probably going to have to be playing with a zoomed in view, something like that. So just kind of keep that in mind with this type of ship, it's not the type of ship you're going to be able to zoom out very well and see things, or at least see where your ship is pointed. You're going to most likely be zoomed into the ship more, and of course the more you zoom in, as you can see on the outer edges here, the more you zoom in, the less you see of space around you. So that's important. The zoomification, as I will call it, of a starship is very important, because that determines how your playstyle is going to be. If you can zoom all the way out on a starship and still see it well, that gives you a wider area of the battle space around you. But if you have to zoom in far to see where your ship is, you're going to see less on the screen. So that's just something to note. This ship is going to be more of a zoomed in playing kind of style. Now let's look at the specs. Remember, 27,000 hull was where the base tier 5 is. The hull that I am at, 42,790, so I have like almost doubled that hull strength. Not quite doubled, but you know what I mean. It's come up quite a bit. 42,790. That again is nowhere near what a cruiser is going to be. Of course, even science ships have higher hulls, especially tier 6 ships have higher hulls than that. So this ship is not exactly, you know, for tanking. It is for certain a glass cannon, but it's still going to do a lot of damage. My power transfer rate's at 310%. I like that high. My shield strength is very good at 13,000. I could up that if I were to like put more of these. I mean, I guess if you want to just flat out put all shield capacity consoles in here, you could get your shield strength up higher. And that of course also depends on what shield you're using. The Iconian shield is not the highest shield capacity. It's a resilient shield, so it's not a covariant shield. So that just depends how you set up your ship, of course. My resistances are near 30%. My crit chance is very high at 17.2% and crit severity at 93. So this means I'm going to be critting a lot, which is very good. I wish the crit severity were like 100%, but still, I will take, you know, the high crit chance so that I can do a lot more crits. And my turn rate sitting still is 20.5. Let's go to impulse. This is just regular impulse speed. My turn rate is a, wow, 41.2 degrees per second, guys. As you can see, that's what a 41.2 degree per second turn rate does for you. I can flip around in circles in this thing really easily. And that's what makes this ship fun, is its abilities to be extremely maneuverable and just do whatever you want. I mean, it flies and goes just wherever you want. It flies so easily, turns around so great. I can get into firing position. I don't have to use evasive maneuvers all that often, except if I need to get out of the way of something. I mean, it's just really good. And of course, if I buff that with, say, Attack Pattern Alpha 3, even better. I mean, look at that. I'm basically drifting. The back end of my ship is drifting through space. It's like almost going sideways. And that's just the Attack Pattern 3. That's just amazing. So the turn rate on this thing, yeah. Now I do have some starship traits that are active. I'm going to leave them active because they do help this ship. And let's see, let me just go over the ones I have. You can get these with other ships. Emergency weapon cycle, let's see, on emergency power to weapons. Improved temporal insight, I guess. Reciprocity. I love all these traits that I have because they do really help. Improved pedal to the metal. That one's giving me more thrusts. I love all these traits. They really do help the ship. I guess though, if I really want to show you guys what the ship is like natively without any special like abilities, like I can't say that you would have all the starships that would have these traits. I guess I do need to disable them. So I don't really want to, because I want to show you what the ship is capable of with them. So maybe I'll do 2 runs. I'll do like the first run without these traits, and then I'll turn on these traits, because with these traits active, this is just a really fun ship. I'll go ahead and turn them off though, because I know that some people will want to see what this ship is like without all these traits on. I will leave predictive algorithms on because that is a space trait that you gain by your intelligence trait, I believe, intelligence specialization. So everybody can get that trait. This is not specific to a starship. Everybody can get predictive algorithms. So I'll leave predictive algorithms on. But I did turn everything else off here, as you see. I do want to put them back on, though. I want to show you a battle with all of them on because it is cool. But again, those starship traits, those of course come from other starships. So as you purchase starships, Z-Store ships, Tier 6 starships, and you upgrade their masteries to the Tier 5 mastery, then of course you unlock that starship trait, and you can use them on any starship that you put on the character. So I like that fact, and it does help this ship. But for this case, since you guys may not have those ships, okay, I'll turn them off. Predictive algorithms will stay on. Okay, that way it's fair. One of the traits I got from Pilot, though, which everybody can get again, is this one here called Lone Wolf. I was talking about being able to, you know, tank a little bit while I am doing damage. This is a plus 50% defense. It distributes the shield strength to shields receiving damage. So this is a good ability to use on a ship like this, which is a fast escort that cannot take a lot of damage. So I use this ability a lot to help with that. As you can see, again, that's a specialization thing. You can get it in your, I believe it's the pilot specialization. So everybody can get that. Skills, pilot. It's like one of these down here at the bottom. There it is, Lone Wolf. So everybody can get that. That's not specific to any ship. So I will leave that enabled for our battles today. Also, let's look at this last mastery here. No, not that. It was something I was going to show you what the actual numbers are on. Was it the stabilizing beam? I think that was it. Destabilizing resonance beam. So this is a 10-kilometer range, 3-kilometer sphere, 1 second intensity. Does 321.1 physical damage. It ignores shields to the enemy target in a 3-kilometer radius of the target, and all damage resistance rating per pulse to target, and a 5% energy weapon damage per pulse to target at 10 stacks. Weapons offline for 3.6 seconds. So that's what it does. I do find it very useful, a useful ability. As for the other abilities, we went over that. The destabilizing beam from the catalyst, phaser catalyst set is this one, the quantum destabilizing beam. As you can see, it does a lot of phaser damage per second for 10 seconds to the enemy. It also decreases their power subsystems and increases mine. And there's a 5% chance of plus 10% all energy, or plus 15% all energy damage for 8 seconds to allies within 10 kilometers. That is a really good ability. Oh, here's the resonance beam right here. And of course, because I have the Iconian set, I've got the Radiant Subatomic Pulse. That's important. That's plus 33% all damage for 30 seconds. So as you can see, there's a whole lot of things here to buff, and if I buff them all, I'm actually doing a whole lot of damage. Let's go to my weapons here, and you'll see here's one of the dual heavy quantum phase cannon that comes with the set is 2125 DPS. The other ones I have, the Andorian ones, are 2246, so these are a little bit higher. But let's keep this in mind. 3369 phaser damage, 2246 DPS, and now let's buff things. Buff that, buff all the things. Now I'm up to like 4286 DPS and 6430 phaser damage out of that one dual heavy cannon. And I think that's like all my buffing things. Yeah, all my damage buffing things at least. Yeah, that's all the things I have that buff damage. There are other things here I can't enable yet, like Focused Frenzy, unless I'm in battle. But you can see how... Oh yeah, weapons to emergency power to weapons. I didn't do that, did I? I want to see what my total weapon damage will actually be with like everything enabled, because that gives you plus 10% all energy weapon damage. I have so many plus all energy weapon damage things here, it's hard to remember them all. When I go into battle, it's like I need to click that, and you know, I gotta click all these buttons before I can actually start firing. You know what I wish you could set up is like a series of buttons and attach it to a hotkey. Like, I know you can set individual buttons to a hotkey. What is going on out here? There's so much noise. People are going crazy out there. Had to move away. It's so loud out there in space. I wish that you could like make a button and bind it to several functions at a time, because I would need to bind it to emergency power to weapons. I would need to I need to bind it to tactical team. I would need to bind it to attack pattern alpha, and then attack pattern beta. I guess you can't do them at the same time. At least attack pattern alpha. Maybe you can. Yeah, you can. Attack pattern alpha and beta. And then I would want radiant subatomic pulse. And then I would want tactical fleet 3. Those would be like all my weapon power buffs. And just attach it to one button. So one button press, and I'm like maxed out on my DPS. That would be incredible. Otherwise, when I go into battle, I'm finding I'm having to click so many buttons to get all my damage up to the highest level that by the time I do that, I'm already being fired on or someone else has killed the enemy, like if I'm in an STF or something. So it would be cool to have like one button that you could hotkey to several functions. I guess that would really make people opt though. But it would be very cool. I don't know. I'm kind of biding time right now because I want all these things to cool down, because I want to see what my total DPS on these weapons actually are with everything buffed. So this is going to take 3 minutes to cool down, but 2 minutes now. But I want to know, I want to see. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, and I'm going to come back in a couple minutes here, resume the video, and then I'm going to hit everything that I just mentioned all at once. And then we will see what my phaser damage and DPS on a dual heavy phaser cannon goes up to. Bet it will be pretty cool. All right, I think that's everything. Does threat generation increase anything? No. There are things here that like stack damage, so I guess I can't show you what my total is because some of the things do stack damage, but I can't obviously show you that till I'm in battle. Anyway, I'm gonna pause the video and I'll come back in a couple of minutes and we will look at those power levels again. Okay, I'm back, everybody. Everything has cooled down, so you will notice 2246 DPS, 3369 base, or where I'm at without buffing things. Let's buff all the things. I guess TAC team doesn't actually buff damage, does it? Well, it buffs your training. I don't know. I guess that improves energy weapon damage for 10 seconds, it says, so I guess it does. We'll go ahead and enable it anyway. Gotta remember everything to click here. 4504 DPS, 6756. Did I forget? No, I don't think I did. Yeah, that's a lot, my friends. That's a lot. So, yeah. Well, you can see how powerful this ship is now. This ship can do a lot. I'm really impressed by it. In terms of doing damage. In terms of, like, obviously taking damage, not so much. So let's do some damage, huh? Let's do a thing. Doing things are fun. Let's start out with Japori because it's easy, everybody knows it, it's simple. It's just a good place to start out. We have a red alert. Oh, we got a Nakul red alert. I would love to do a Nakul red alert, but that will take a lot of time. Maybe at the end. If a Borg or a Tholian red alert shows up, I'll do one of those maybe. I did a Borg one on this prior to recording, and it went very well. Well, it's going to take me a little while to get there, even with Slipstream. I'll pause the video and I'll resume it when we get there so you guys won't have to wait. Okay, everybody, welcome to Japori. Let's do some damage. Or let's do server not responding. That's always a fun game to play. I like to count up as high as I can. That's funny. No, it's not. It's sad. I don't know why that happens. Happens like a lot lately. Been happening a lot in the past year, or 2 years, or 3, or a lot. Sorry, nothing I can do about it. We'll just wait. Maybe I need to come up with a song, a server not responding song. Wonder what that would go like. I'll have to think on that one. Here we go. Let me make this go away.
Target's shields have failed.
Well, they're gone. I don't know where they went. They disappeared.
Target's shields have failed.
You cannot outrun me. Well, that was easy. That just was obliteration. That was just obliteration. I need something harder. Seriously, though, I mean, how cool is that? And that was without any of those starship traits I was using before. That's still pretty good. Wow. Let's see. Let's go up to Karaya? I believe those are Romulans. Maybe. I forget if it's that one or Gamma. I will look for an STF maybe, because I think I do need something a little bit harder to show you guys. This thing just is so awesome. But let's go ahead and do this patrol first, and then we'll see where we head next. I didn't even use any of those weapons that I told you about before, like the destabilizing beam and the other one. I didn't even use those, but I'll use them on this one to show you guys. Let's go ahead and use this one.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Huh. Well, it didn't seem to do a whole lot, did it?
Warning,
That one does.
Target shields have failed.
That one certainly does. Yeah, that destabilizing beam didn't seem to do as much as I thought it was going to do. Huh. I'll have to try it again. Everything's blowing up around me. Let's wait. I want to pull out on this Mo guy because I want to use the destabilizing beam again. It didn't seem like it did as much as it used to in the past. I don't know what's going on there.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Huh. Oh, maybe I have to stay focused on it like that.
Target shields have failed.
Yeah. Not all of them. Where are you guys firing at? That's all of them. Oh, no, it's not all of them. What are you firing at? Oh, that little thing? Kill that with my turrets. Let's lay down the pain. The pain has been laid. Holy crap. Took out that whole group with one shot. So that was me enabling, you know, my tactical fleet and my radiant subatomic pulse, and then my spreads on everything. Just totally annihilated that group in one shot.
Target shields have failed.
Piece of cake. Now you'll notice I have hazard emitters, of course, very important on a ship like this. I got my science team, my engineering team, all those things important. So, as you saw, a lot of times what happens is, like I did with that one group there, I'm able to take out a whole group of enemies with one shot. Because I have like all my damage buffed at the same time, and then if I do the spreads, I do my scatter volley and my torpedo spreads at the same time, in combination with all my energy damage buffed and everything, I can take out groups, waves of enemy like that in one shot. So that's pretty darn cool. Well, this isn't cool. Let's do it. It's a pretty tough STF. These Nakul can hit pretty hard, but I do want to turn on my other traits if I'm going to do this. Let's see if I can get my other traits back on. Emergency weapon cycle. Reciprocity. What is potentiality? Oh yeah. I want potentiality. There we go. Turn some of those traits back on. So this will be a good test because the Nakul do hit very hard, so I have a chance of blowing up quite a bit on this. So if I do, just understand it's because obviously the ship is not a tanking ship. But I should be able to do quite a bit of damage to the Nakul. That's where all the fun's gonna come in. And we got a full team here. Of course, this is a pug, as you saw, so I have no idea if this will be good or bad. Sometimes pugs have high DPS, sometimes everybody's low DPS. Who knows how these things go. What's you? I mean, what's up? Play well, play hard, kill everything. Everything's ready to go here, except this one's still on cooldown. We'll help that out a little bit. Let's see what happens. Again, the Nakul do hit pretty hard,
This
but
Commander Jacob Trask of the Beowulf.
I will do my
The
best.
convoy's under attack. We're not military. We won't last long. Please, anyone, help!
Target shield has failed.
Well, I'm doing very, 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 very good damage right this second. So is this team, actually.
Alpha convoys en route. Satellites near you. We're running the gauntlet here. Keep those to cool off us.
Target shield has failed. Target shield has failed.
He was gone with one shot. Yeah, this is a pretty good team here, actually. Very good team. Oh crap! Too close! Too close! Too close!
Ship is under attack.
Ah, get out of there!
Target shield has failed.
One of my freighters just went to war. They're safe. Trask here. The convoy's been split up by the Nakul. Help
Oh
us!
boy, this is a good run. I love it when Nakul runs go like this. What am I missing? I'm going the wrong way. That's what I'm missing.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target shield has failed. Target shield has failed.
Very cool. Very good run. Love this. Radiant Subatomic Pulse Team.
Commander Jacob Trask of the Beowulf. A convoy's under attack. We're not military. We won't last long. Please.
Oh, I took a hit. I took a hit. Fire!
All detect below 75%.
ships and warp to sea. Thank you.
Target's shields have failed.
Well, that was certainly a very good run. I said play hard. Boy, did they play hard. What do I need on this character? Ooh, you know what I need? I'm going to need temporal marks on this character. Well, there you go, guys. The Nakul can hit very hard. I'm sure you've played this this red alert before. The Nakul can hit very hard. You can take a lot of damage. I didn't blow up that much, or at all, because we were doing so much damage. I mean, this team itself was also doing a lot of damage. Let's not put that under the rug here. This team was very good. There were some high hitters in here, which is very good, I could tell. But I myself was one of those high hitters with this ship, and we just tore through this red alert. I mean, just tore right through it. Oop, hit my microphone. Sorry about that. Just tore right through this. So as you can see, the latest stuff, the latest STFs, this ship has no problem. No, excuse me, no problem with. I really want to do a Tholian or a Borg one to show you as well, because the Borg really drain your shields quite a bit, and you can take a lot of hits with them real easily. Tholians, yes, let's go do Tholians. That's a good one. I'll rip them up too. Hey, I am a Tholian. Wait a minute. How will they know to tell me apart from themselves? Maybe they'll not fire at me. That'd be a thing, wouldn't it? What if you were flying the ship of the enemy you're attacking, and it would make it so they wouldn't fire on you? Wouldn't that be cool?
We have Jolan.
Did I come into this? Oh, I hate it when you come into these things too late. Oh man, I wanted to like really take out one of these myself.
Target's shields have failed.
Well, darn. Came into that way too late.
Target's shields have failed.
There. Victory shots! Yeah, I came into that way too late, man. Hate it when it does that. It puts you like right in the middle of one and then you miss all the good stuff. Don't you just hate that? Oh well, you get the idea. You certainly get the idea, don't you guys? I hope I'm getting this across. This is not a tier 6 ship, it's just tier 5-U. Yes, here's the Borg. Let's go do them! This is working out great! Nakul to Tholians to Borg, and I hit my microphone again. Sorry about that. I'm just so excited. This is working out. Let's enter a Borg red alert. I can probably do this one all by myself. In fact, I did one the last time. All by myself. Please don't put me in the middle of one already done. Good. Alright, watch this. That Borg group went bye-bye. They're no longer alive. They went away. They went far away. That was all me, my friends. That was all me. The only thing I have to worry about is, again, taking damage and getting blown up. That's really the only thing. I can do the damage. It's just, I gotta make sure I can not die myself.
Target's shields have failed. Core shields failing. Rear shield failing. Right shield failing.
Well, there we go. I took out that group. But see, that's what I gotta worry about, is just staying alive. The Borg, you have it the worst with the Borg because they make your shields go bye-bye. Like, extremely fast. They are not good on your shields. And once they do that, it's very hard to kill. I mean, very easy to kill this ship once you take down its shields.
Target's shield has failed. 4 shields failing. Rear shield failing. Right shield failing.
There you go, like that. That's what you gotta do. You gotta take them down quickly. Oh, I ran into the cube.
Target's shield has failed. 4 shields failing. Rear shield failing. Right shield failing.
Get me out of here! What is firing at me? Stupid probe.
Target's shield has failed.
There we go. I did that one by myself too. I think there's another person in here I saw, but I don't know where he went. He's not by me. Now this one's going to be a little difficult, not because I can't do damage, but because I can die easily. So, I will do my best. I may blow up a few times. We will see.
Resistance detected. Matrix 0047 9 of 10. Engaging now. From this time forward.
Ow, ow, ow.
Will adapt to
well, I got it down to
levels.
70% on the first hit, so I did like 30% of its death life right there. Yeah, that's the only hard part with this ship. The blowing up part. But
Warning.
Dissolve your weapons. You will escort us to your own boat, where you will begin assimilating
get out of here, energy bolt. No, oh, I saw it coming. I couldn't avoid it. I couldn't avoid it. I could not avoid it. I was trying. This guy is weak here. I can take this thing down by myself if I just would stop blowing up.
Target's shield has failed. 4 shields failing. Rear shield failing.
Did I get away from that thing? I did. Oh, it blew up right there.
for assimilation.
Well, I got it down pretty good. Got it down pretty good. I'm practically doing this by myself. This guy's not
Target's
doing
shield
anything.
has failed.
Yeah, I'm pretty much taking this thing down by myself. It's regenerating while he's firing at it. Get away from me. There we go. Yeah, baby. That's it. Woohoo! Woohoo! Oh, I didn't kill it yet. What? What blew up? What happened? I thought it blew up.
Rear shields failing.
I thought it blew up. There it is. Now it blew up. Woohoo! I guess that was an early victory. This guy was hardly doing any damage, so that was practical. That was me, because it was regenerating. Its health was going up while he was firing at it. So I soloed this, basically. I soloed this. Yes, I blew up a few times, but that's what I was telling you. With this kind of ship, it doesn't have the hull strength or shield strength or whatever to survive. That's going to happen. But you have the power. You have the power to take out Unimatrix ships like this. So there's that. Am I stuck? What? It won't let me go forward. It says I'm stuck on something, but I want this box. I want this box so bad. Why can't I have it? I want this box. Let me have this box. Give me box. Give me my box. Blow it to pieces. Yes, there it is. What the heck was that all about? I was stuck on nothing. Whew. Well, that was fun. Wow, guys. Well, there we go. That's an interesting warp out. Way down there. Let's go south. There you go. I just did a whole lot with this ship. A lot of in-game stuff. Tholians, no problem. Borg, no problem. Nakul, no problem. Anything, no problem. I mean, there's really not anything else for me to show you on this ship. It's just totally awesome in its ability to do damage. Not totally awesome in its ability to stay alive, but you understand that using this ship. You go into it knowing that's a factor. When kitted out right, this little ship, and it's just a tier 5 little ship, can pack quite a punch. Again, I've upgraded to tier 5-U, but I want to make a point here, because this is a very good point. The point is, you don't necessarily need a tier 6 starship to enjoy end-game Star Trek online content after level 60. You don't necessarily need a tier 6 starship. No, you don't. Not at all. As I've just shown you. This is a little tiny tier 5 escort. It doesn't take a lot of damage, but it can do a lot of damage. Now it is upgraded to tier 5-U, which gives it a little bit of an advantage over a regular tier 5 ship. But it goes to show that you can succeed with tier 5 ships in this game upgraded to tier 5-U with no problem. With no problem. There are, of course, tankier ships than this that are upgradable to tier 5-U. There are tankier tier 5 ships that are upgradable to tier 5-U if you're worried about the blowing up factor. But that really should not be so much of a concern, because what you really want to do, especially if you are flying a tier 5 ship or tier 5-U ship, is you want to make sure you're doing damage. You still want to do enough damage to make a difference and contribute to your team. This is important in team STFs. Very, very important. Now, if you are just the kind of person that solos Star Trek Online and you don't do team STFs, then that's not so much of a concern, because it's real easy to do damage to PvE content in this game. And you'll have no problem playing any of the storyline missions with a ship like this. It'll be a lot of fun, actually. And that's what I want to end this video with, is that the Tholian Meshweaver is a fun ship. It's not the most sophisticated. It doesn't have the starship trait. It doesn't have a unique console. Doesn't have unique bridge officer seating. But what it does have is that sense of fun and enjoyment that you would get out of a little starship in a game like this. It's just fun to fly. It's fun to maneuver. You can do a lot of damage with it if you build it right. Heck, you could actually go the other way and make it tanky if you wanted, you know, as much as you can anyway. You would probably sacrifice some damage for it, but it's got that flexibility there if you wanted to, I guess. But it's just a fun little ship. It's just a fun little ship. And in a game, isn't that the whole point? Yes, it is. Say, yes, it is. The whole point of gaming is entertainment, to have fun. Can you have fun in this little ship? Well, yes, you can have fun in this little tiny ship. It's so cute, I just want to snuggle up with it and pinch its little ears. Yeah, so it's just a fun ship, and it's not that expensive. 3.5 million energy credits is nothing in this game. Well, that's easy, well, that's simple, so everybody can have this ship and enjoy it and have fun. Or if you want to go through the lockbox method, well, of course, you can try your chances that way. Well, there you go, everybody. Something a little different, something a little fun. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next one.